So I'm sorry to say, I have a little bit of a warning for you guys. Now, why am I giving you this warning? Well, I'm giving you this warning because stores are starting to panic. I've heard from multiple community members that run their own stores or manage a bigger store. They're all saying the same thing. They are worried about shipments. They're worried about new products. They're worried because customers are starting to come back. But if their shelves are bare and empty, these customers are going to go to the next store. So here's the warning. And before I get to it, all I ask is if you enjoy these daily updates, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. So, what is the warning? Well, here's the warning. Right now, people are panicking. People are panicking and businesses are panicking. And the reason for this is because of one company. It's called Yellow Freight. You probably heard about this, and I've talked about this here on this channel over the last couple of weeks. But what has happened is Yellow Freight is pretty much laying off 30,000 employees. They are not going to be, continuing. They've been in business for, pretty much 100 years, and over the past few decades, they have really struggled and been on the verge of bankruptcy multiple times. However, now they're actually going to go under. They cannot save themselves. They cannot refinance their debts because rates are too high and it's just too expensive. So here's what's going to happen. Yellow Freight is going to go out of business. And, well, they pretty much already have. Yellow Freight ships for some large companies. They also ship for some smaller retailers and commercial businesses and industrial companies. They also ship for places like Home Depot. Not as often because Home Depot does have their own carrier. They ship for places like Lowe's, Walmart here and there, places like Big Lots. The list goes on and on. Fred Meyer. Honestly, the list goes on and on. However, and they list for a lot of grocery stores or ship for a lot of grocery stores. Here's the problem. As Yellow Freight folds, all these other companies that are still in business now have to take on or should take on those shipments. Here's the issue, and this is why some are saying that we need to prepare, we need to prep, because stores are panicking, not because they think the products aren't coming, but because they are so slow to get there. There's a delay, it's lagging. Okay? Now, when companies go under, it creates a little bit of a shipping crisis because now all those other carriers have to take on the responsibility of Yellow Freight's shipments. And again, this is what takes a little bit of time. Okay, the logistics behind it. Where are you picking up the products? Okay, all these things, right? And so this is something that I just want you to be well aware of, that right now we're kind of in that middle stage. We're kind of in limbo, whether or not stores are going to get the shipments or are they not? Where are the products located and how do they get them? Okay? That's just one problem. The other problem is that right now, and according to multiple people here in the community, they do run their own company or their owner-operators. And according to multiple people, they say that rates are so low right now that it honestly doesn't make sense for them to continue picking up shipments. One person even told me that she has stopped driving. She's not a truck driver anymore. She still has her truck, but she actually took on a position at Walmart. She took on a position at Walmart, is getting paid $18.50 per hour, working a full 40 hours per week, and getting benefits. And she's keeping her truck for now, just in case things turn around. Think about this for a second. This is just one person. I've heard from other people that they only drive part-time. This is something that they do in their free time. This is something they do because they just love it. But they've all gone on to get other positions. Now, whether they work for Walmart or Taco Bell or they're a real estate agent, doesn't matter. But they've gone on to get different positions. But this is why we should worry. Because what happens when not only a company goes under, but the truck drivers stop driving? It's just not profitable for them. There's no point. They spend so much money because rates are so low and gas prices are still high that it doesn't make sense for them to drive. And now that we're talking about gas prices, look at this. This right here, this is the national average for gas prices. Currently, we'll just go right here to diesel. It's $4.18 a gallon. This is the national average. However, okay, a week ago, right here, it was $4.02. We've gone up 16 cents in 1 week. Well, you think that's bad? Look at this. We've gone up from $3.84 to now we're at $4.18. Was that 34 cents? That's a 34-cent difference, or 36-cent difference. That's pretty substantial. Okay, that is pretty substantial. Okay, no, that's a 34-cent difference. That's big. 34 cents a gallon is how much more we are paying right now for diesel than a month ago. That on top of Yellow going out of business, yeah, it creates an issue. But I want to read you this from a community member. Okay, a community member wrote this the other day, and what they are saying is something that it's eye-opening. And again, this is why I want you to be prepared. Okay, this is why I'm giving you this warning. Not just because if you're a truck driver, but everybody's going to be impacted by this. And it could mean that products are actually going to cost more money. Listen to this. Here's what this community member wrote. They say, I have driven long-haul LTL shipments for 15 plus years, and so I have seen a thing or two. I'm an owner-operator, and today, getting routes that pay decent is very tough, but I need to fill you in on what is about to happen. I love it when people do that. It says, once Yellow Freight files for bankruptcy, they will sell off their trucks. This will cause used truck prices to drop significantly, and when this happens, my main employer said they will no longer use owner-operators. Not going to use them. And they're going to buy discounted trucks to create their own fleet. So, for all those owner-operators out there, get ready to work for the man. So let's dig into that. So first off, once Yellow Freight files for bankruptcy, they're going to have to sell off their assets. Okay? And when they do, this is going to cause used truck prices to drop significantly, according to this person. And I believe they are right. I believe this is going to happen. When this does happen, this person's employer said they're no longer going to use owner-operators, and they will buy some of these discounted trucks to create their own fleet. This is where companies are born. Companies are born in times of crisis. Okay? Millionaires are created in times of crisis. Billionaires are created in times of crisis. So when Yellow Freight sells off their trucks, and this company, and I don't know what the company name is, when they decide to buy discounted trucks to create their own fleet, well, then they can kind of set their own prices. Okay? When they do this, they should be able to make more money. They will be more profitable if done right. At the same time, all the other owner-operators out there might not have any work. They will then have to go and fight for work with other owner-operators because now certain companies are, bringing on their own fleet. So because of things like that, this is where we have to worry. Because now these companies are going to want to make sure they are profitable. So they're probably going to have to raise their prices just a little bit. But as they raise their prices, the retail stores are going to do the same thing. They're going to raise their prices, and guess what? You and I are going to have to pay for it. That's part of the problem. But the main thing is stores are panicking not because they might have to raise prices, but because in the meantime, they might see empty shelves. If they see empty shelves, they are going to have to raise prices in order to ensure that the customers that they do have don't come in and buy up all their inventory. They buy it slowly, okay? And this again, this is a very This is a very interesting time because we can't have empty shelves, but at the same time, we can't have shelves that are stocked full or customers think, well, that's not a good product. I don't want to buy that either. So again, it's an interesting time. It's interesting, time for retailers and for customers. But that is what's happening. A lot of people are worried that right now we could potentially see stores empty because they are fighting over the freight, fighting to determine who's going to get it, at what price. So, again, interesting times, but as we get this information, as it starts to come out, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All I ask is if you did enjoy today's video, hit that like button. Also, consider subscribing and ticking that notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one.